Thank you, Maddie. Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see you this morning. I want to welcome everyone. We're glad you joined us for worship here today, wherever you are, whatever your theological, spiritual, political, sexual, or racial orientation or gender identity. You are welcome to worship here and become a part of this community. And do we have any announcements this morning? I know Julie has a few. Okay.
If you gave me a pledge last year, awesome. If you usually send in a pledge and you don't remember if you did because you're like, oh, I always do, but if you forgot, let me know and I'll check. Because we have some folks who regularly fill out pledges and it's probably just, oh, hey, I always do. So let me know.
Okay. Debbie.
We have a date for the clothing sale. It's going to be October 5th, which is a Sunday, and it will be after church from 1 to 5. And there's a sign-up sheet under the calendar up in the hall. If anybody wants to know any more information about that, they can see the
Okay, thank you. Debbie? Sure.
Right after service, before everybody gets chit-chatty at coffee hour, I just want to borrow you all for 5 to 10 minutes max. I want to show you guys our new member portal that I set up for our website. It's a place where folks can see our calendar, sync items to your personal calendar, see what groups you're in, if you're assigned for any meetings or anything, will show up in there. The directory of members is in there, so you can update your profile and see other members' contact information and that sort of stuff. So we're trying to modernize. So everybody, just give me a few minutes of your time so I can show you how it all works. It's very simple, I promise.
Good. Anyone else? Vicki?
I just wanted to remind everyone that I'm still running that community art night every first Wednesday. So if anyone's interested, my flyer looks like this, and it's on clothes right. That was all.
Okay, very good. Yes.
And just if anyone is interested after the presentation about the website, our main committee is kind of our meeting to talk about some volunteer opportunities throughout the year to help out with the upstairs. So if anyone is interested, me and I will be posting that very well.
Very good. We also had a house last night. I want to thank everybody who helped. There are many opportunities throughout the year with all the activities that we have going on. Okay. With that, then I'd like to welcome Reverend Danielle Bona.
Thank you. If when I'm here you see me disappear from behind the pulpit, it's because I'm getting the box in the right position so that I can actually see all of you. Welcome. Welcome to this space. Welcome to this sacred space made holy by your presence here today. We gather in community to share love, to share worry, to share our joys. We gather in community to worship together. We gather in our community to drink coffee and talk and check in and check up. We are this sacred people in this sacred space. Welcome this morning to this very holy place. Amen.
Please stand as you're around the table and join in reading the words found in your order of service as I direct you. Kindling this flame
Of our liberal heritage in our chalice of community,
let us open to the presence of the sacred. And our affirmation.
love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its end, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus we be covenant with each other and with God. Let us stay standing and join in singing hymn number 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. I know you all know it. Sing it as if you mean it, because if you don't, I will ask you to sing it again. So let's belt it out. Please be seated. Thank you, Maddie. That was great. I would like to invite the children to come up front and sit with me, if you would like. sit here? Okay. So how many of you remember Judy, the minister that was here last year? Well, I'm the new Judy, but my name is Danielle. Okay? So I have a plan. My name is Danielle, but you children can call me something else. I had a nickname when I was young, and I don't use it anymore. Only 2 people call me it. People I've known for over 60 years. That's a lot of years. So I'm going to put another name tag on, and I'm going to tell you who you call me. See, this name tag says Reverend Danielle. But for all of you, I want you to call me to say Rev Danny. Rev Danny. This is for the children. Okay? Rev Danny.
Excuse me
Rev Danny.
one second.
Excuse you? What?
You know what I'm in
I am getting there. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes.
His name?
What's your name? Kenzie? And what's your name? I'm sorry. Dottie? Jody? Josie? What's your name? Maybe you can tell me in a minute.
This was disco.
I know that. And I know your name is Jaden, because you're wearing it. What's your name? Edward? Daddy. I'm an old lady, so I will forget your names. So you will have to wear your name tags, or you will have to remind me. Because when you get old, your memory kind of slips, right? I'm lucky I made it here this morning. What would you like to know about me? Do you have any questions? What do I eat? Well, wait, stop. I like all kinds of food. So I like, for breakfast, I like eggs, and I like bagels, and I like
Eating like chocolate milk.
chocolate milk. I haven't had chocolate milk in a long time, but I like it. And you know what my favorite thing is? Ice cream.
Me too.
Do you guys like ice cream?
Yeah.
Do you know one day I ate ice cream? You're gonna hate this. I ate ice cream for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. It was kind of fun. Do you have any other questions about me? Now I'm gonna ask you all a question. What do you like about coming to this church?
Coffee house?
Yes. Yes. Okay, what else? It is fun, yes. Anybody else? I bet you like to hang out with each other.
No.
What do you like? You like the crafts upstairs? What grade of school are you in? Fifth grade. First grade. Yeah.
Where
You are, huh? That must be good. What grade are you in? First grade, what grade? Fifth grade. Third grade. Wow, what a nice range. Well, I have a feeling you probably want to go upstairs and do crafts and have more fun than this. So, I'm Rev Danny, right? And you can come and ask me anything you want, anytime, okay? Okay. And maybe next time I'll tell you about my dogs. Would you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. You have have chickens. You have cats. Anybody else have pets at home?
Can we have one?
16.
One.
Who else has a pet at home? Any pets at home? Okay. Girls, do you have pets at home? I know you do.
Teddy wants to get close to water.
Ready? You ready to go to class? Let's say goodbye. Do you have words? There goes our future. There's nothing like the sound of little children making noise in a church. That's our future. During this time in your service, you are invited to share your joys and sorrows with this beloved community who will hold you in love, in sorrow, and in joy.
Anyone? Who's first? Julie?
Candle for Rick, who after doing the coffee house last night, woke up at 5:30 in the morning, drove to Bourne, ran a 10K, plus ran a little bit more, and then drove home and was here at 10:30.
All right, for Rick. Impressive. Anyone? Anyone else? Great.
I know enjoy for this space and being back. I love having this in my routine and taking home. And yeah.
Okay. For sacred spaces. Mike?
I can't really joy for Reverend Danielle. So happy she's here.
Who's next? Deb?
That was my joy also.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Rick?
Candle of joy for the coffee house last night and just seeing, we started off with this year with a little bit of bad news about MCC, but seeing how many people support it and want to see it continue, for 2 months anyway. We're gonna be able to do it.
We will prevail.
Yes.
Anyone else? All right.
Candle of joy that I made it home safely because my original flight from India last week was delayed. And so I ended up getting home 24 hours later than expected.
Oh, welcome home. Welcome home. We'll get this one going. Here we go. They're toying with me at the moment. Here we go. Anyone else? Diane?
Candle of concern for victims of gun violence.
All too often. Yes. And did I see June?
I came up with concern for, again, another that's been hospitalized for a long time.
The name?
Kevin, my son,
Kevin.
and it's been not fault son. I just hope he's gonna feel better.
Anyone else? One more for all those joys and concerns we're not ready to talk about. Thank you.
Please join me in a time of prayer and meditation. As we gather today, sitting in our pews and hearing so many joys, we cannot forget the sorrows that are carried in our hearts and not spoken today, and the sorrow of the spoken sorrow that reminds us that we are here to care for and love each other. May the spirit of all that is holy, the spirit of life, the spirit of love surround each one of us, however we experience that holy time. Let that spirit surround each of you so that you may feel comfort when comfort is needed. You may feel exuberance when joy is present. And you may feel connected, cared for, and loved. In this time of hard times, this is a sanctuary of safety. We are blessed in this place by that which some call God, that which some call mystery, that which some call universe. This is our place of sanctuary so that we may be safe, sound, and cared for, so that we may take that out into the world. And so I ask today for the blessings of all of the spirits that surround us, our ancestors, the spirits of the earth, the spirits of the sky. I ask for the blessings upon each of us as we worship together today and then go forth from this place to face the world. Let us stay seated and sing together, Spirit of Life. It's hymn number 123 in your gray hymnal. I am so delighted to be back in this community after a number of years of being away. There have been many changes. I see faces that I've known for, 10, 15 years, and brand new faces. It's very exciting for me, and I'm glad to be with you. The reason I'm telling you all that is because this church is a thriving community doing good works here inside of its walls and outside in the larger world. And for that to continue, we need your generosity, your kindness, and your open-heartedness now as we collect the morning offering. And we collect that offering with thanks and gratitude.
please stand as you are willing and able. Join us in the dedication of the gifts. This reading is on how we belong. Unitarian Universalists can do and believe many different things about life's biggest questions, about God, the greater mystery, about what happens to us when we die. Though you can't be a Unitarian Universalist if you don't agree about some of the more important parts of this faith. You can't be a UU, or you won't be much of a good one, if you cling to prejudiced or oppressive views of others. If you in any way believe that someone else is somehow inferior or anything lesser than human. You can't be a UU if you can't tolerate big questions or critically examine what it is that you believe and why. You can't be a UU if you fundamentally believe there is only one path or one spiritual truth out there to make meaning of life and to understand it. If you cling to just one set of beliefs, dogmas, or creeds, and shut out the possibilities and offerings of other traditions that are different from your own, you're not a Unitarian Universalist.
I am a Unitarian Universalist, and I would venture to guess that all of you are Unitarian Universalists. How many of you are born into this faith? I had a feeling I'd get an answer in the back row there. So, does that mean the rest of us are come-inners? Yes. Yeah. I was counting on my fingers today before I came in to try to remember how long it has been that I've been a Unitarian Universalist, and it's been almost 40 years, which means that I have been a UU longer than I was a Catholic. I'd never thought of it that way, but that's the truth. And so many of us have come through these doors after leaving a faith that grew too small for us, or that hurt us, or that rejected us, or that loved us but. You'll hear me talk a lot about love, to the point where you'll begin to think, oh, she's so saccharine. But some of you know better. Love is the doctrine of this church, says so many Unitarian Universalists this morning in their congregation. Recently, the General Assembly of Unitarian Universalism, how many of you know what General Assembly is? So I am going to do a little history today, but I promise it won't be much. General Assembly is the annual meeting of Unitarian Universalists. Each church sends delegates to this event, or can send delegates to this event. Many do not, especially in New England, but that's a story for another day. Bylaws, which I'd rather stick pins in my eyes than either read or talk about or listen to, but apparently they're a necessity. The bylaws of the Unitarian Universalist Association state that we, the community of Unitarian Universalists at General Assembly, must look at and change, if necessary, our purposes and principles every, I don't remember, maybe 10 years. And shocking, or maybe not so shocking, the last time those were looked at, over 20 years ago. So you see, you can break a bylaw. The General Assembly voted to change the purposes and principles into something that made more sense in the 21st century. It looks like this, and if you'll notice, love is at the center. Not so surprising to me, love was not mentioned in the purposes and principles that we followed for all those many years. Just a little bit about Unitarian Universalism and what it means to be UU. The title of our sermon today is RUAUU, and I stole that off of a license plate. So what does it mean to be Unitarian Universalist today? I could go on and recite lots of history of Unitarians, Universalists, and Unitarian Universalists. I could do that from memory for a full hour. I will not. You can applaud later. However, in order to talk about 21st century Unitarian Universalism, I will start with a brief, very brief historical context. Unitarianism came to the United States in 1825. There is a long history of European Unitarianism that we claim as part of our history. But for our purposes, 1825 came to America in Boston as an anti-Trinitarian movement. It was a liberal versus orthodox argument about religion, about the Trinity, amongst Congregationalists. So we come directly out of the Congregationalist movement. You should know that Unitarians and Universalists throughout the 18th, 19th, and early 20th century were Christian. Universalism came to the United States on a boat in 1793 with John Murray, who landed in New Jersey. He brought his message of God's love and mercy and preached that God will grant us all eternal salvation. This was in opposition to the doctrines of eternal punishment for some. Unitarian Universalism merged those two faiths in 1961 in a merger that still upsets many Universalists today because they lost the money. And that was a big deal. And the buildings, a lot of the buildings. You'll still find Universalist churches in New England and across the country that actually call themselves Universalist Unitarian churches. That's it for the history. I want to talk about Unitarian Universalism today. I deeply, deeply believe that this faith, our faith, is a saving faith. That we Unitarian Universalists have something important to share with the world. Starting outside the doors of our sanctuaries, Unitarian Universalism can be and should be a universalist faith, present, visible, and responsive to the needs, the pain, and the joys of the people we should serve. And the people we should serve are all the people. So we are very good at hiding our light under a basket. And in Unitarian Universalism in this part of the country, there is a UU church in every town, and sometimes there's more than one. Not so much in the middle of the country, and then again, a Unitarian Universalist church in every town on the West Coast. So let me tell you a story. When I was 30 years old, I was engaged to the love of my life. We were really, what do they call that? Soulmates. Yes, we really were. When I met Alan, he had leukemia, and he lived a very full life. He always was going, he loved to ski. We lived in Colorado, right in Denver, right outside all of the ski mountains. Alan loved to ski, and he did nothing halfway. He was a black diamond skier. So we would go skiing together all the time. And when I say skiing together, what I mean is we would part ways once we had our skis on, and he would go to the black diamond and I would go to the bunny slope. See you at lunch. Alan lived a life like the black diamond slopes that he skied. He packed a lot into it. When we were 30, Alan died of leukemia. I came back east. I needed a church so badly. You might imagine my heart was broken, and I was broken into a million pieces. I needed a church. I went back to the Catholic Church. It didn't help. I went to a couple of other strange churches that didn't help, strange to me. Many, many years later, the man I was dating was on the Unitarian Universalist Board of Trustees. And our first date, he took me to church. You would think that this would have a good ending, but let's just leave it at that. He took me to church. And as I sat in the sanctuary that day and I listened to the service and I listened to the message, I got more and more angry as the service went on. So when the service was over, my jaw was tight and I was, what's up? Where was this? Alan died. Where was this Unitarian Universalism in Weymouth, Massachusetts, where I had come back to? Weymouth, Hingham, Rockland, Braintree. I had no idea. And I thought, this is wrong. We are in the 21st century. And I want to proclaim that I am, and I have been for almost 40 years, a Unitarian Universalist evangelist. And I invite each one of you to join the crowd. Now, we sometimes throw out the baby with the bathwater, right? So a lot of people that come into Unitarian Universalism, they want to throw out the idea of prayer because prayer has harmed them. They want to throw out the idea of hymns because we should call them songs. We want to throw out the word evangelism because we're not like those people. We'd be more like those people in a Unitarian Universalist way. I talk about Unitarian Universalism in all settings. How many of you have talked about your faith at work? Casually. How many of you have told your friends about Unitarian Universalism? Gosh, you guys are good. Yes, I won't argue with that at all. You're right. How many of you have mentioned your faith to strangers when the opportunity was present? I think I'm done here. We have a role to play and something to say to people in need, to people grieving, to people who are afraid, to people who are doing without, with people who are ill and don't have any support, who have mental illness and are rejected from other churches, who are afraid because our country and our world is in a mess. And yet, I was having lunch with a colleague last week and I said, Unitarian Universalism continues to break my heart every single day. I can't decide if I'm in an unhealthy relationship of 30 plus years or if I'm exactly where I belong. Why would I say that? Why would I say that and say I am a Unitarian Universalist evangelist? I say that because we are so much bigger than we are. We are so much greater than we are. We have so much more power as a mostly white middle-class denomination than we show. And we have work to do. We center love. We need to talk about what that means in our congregations. Now, do not misunderstand me. There are many faith traditions that claim love as their center. Many of our Christian siblings faithfully live a life of service based on love. They live as Jesus would have them live. We can do that too. They believe that God is love. Someone once gave me a pin that said, God is love. So we don't have a corner on the market of love. Let's just spread it more, deeper, further. Unitarian Universalism in New England is a conservative faith compared to other UU churches in other regions of the country. We are more individualistic to a fault. I think that's because we come out of Boston Brahmins who were individualistic, who were elite, who were happy that the Universalists existed for the hoi polloi. We are independent to a fault. See my comment on individualism. We are reserved. It makes it hard for us to talk about our faith, live every day as people of faith, and collaborate with our community and with other Unitarian Universalist churches. And so now, let's talk about what we can do. When I was in seminary, preparing to meet with the Ministerial Fellowship Committee of the Unitarian Universalist Association, I was practicing my elevator speech. It's a 2-minute speech about what is Unitarian Universalism. What do you believe? Oh, I've heard of Unitarian Universalism. That's the faith where you can believe anything you want. No, you cannot. But Unitarian Universalism has no creed. There is nothing in our faith that you must ascribe to be a Unitarian Universalist. We do not gather together to recite a prayer of belief every week. Consequently, people believe that we can believe anything we want to, or nothing at all. As you heard from our reading today, there are many things you can be that are not compatible with Unitarian Universalism. For me, what I would say is Unitarian Universalism is a faith that calls us to be responsible for our ongoing spiritual growth, calls us to be responsible for examining what we believe today versus what we believed as children, as adolescents, as young adults, as people a week ago. How does our faith speak to where we are in history? How does our faith speak to us in a way that gives us the power and the strength to change the world? It is true that people of all faith traditions, or none at all, are welcome in our sanctuaries, encouraged even. We encourage that free and responsible search for truth and meaning. That is the key. In order to be a Unitarian Universalist, you must be willing to grasp onto that which you believe in, that is beyond you, that is unnameable. You might call it God, you might call it a spirit, you might call it, hard as it is today, you might call it faith in the human capacity to do good. Our humanists, a large contingent of Unitarian Universalism, believe in something, and it is called the belief in the human capacity to do good, to be good. In the 21st century, I wonder if it isn't easier to believe in a God in the sky who makes decisions for us than it is to believe in the human capacity to do good. But we are Unitarian Universalists, and we are faithful people. We have faith, and so we know that's possible. We know it's possible for a Unitarian Universalist to get down on their knees and pray to a God that speaks to them. We know it's possible for a Unitarian Universalist to get down on their knees and block ICE from going into a church, a courthouse, and get arrested for it. We know Unitarian Universalists can believe in the spirit that lives outside of us that we cannot explain, in the nature that we see every day that brings peace to our soul. Our faith is broad, wide, and deep. So we may not believe in just anything or nothing, but we believe in a lot. Unitarian Universalism is strong and mighty. In this community here, it is strong, mighty, growing, thriving, and making change right outside these walls. You are an example to just about every other Unitarian Universalist church in our district. And I want you to hear that loud and clear. The reason Unitarian Universalism breaks my heart is because there are churches within 5 miles of here in any direction that are unwilling to do the work that it takes to be a faith community in this day and age. And you are exemplars of what that looks like. And so, yes, I am a Unitarian Universalist evangelist, and my heart is lifted up by this community, and I feel strengthened to go out and share the faith every day. Amen. Blessed be. And let us close by singing Faith of the Larger Liberty. It's number 287 in your gray hymnal. Go forth from this place, filled with the strength of our faith. We are the faith of the free. We have been the faith of the free since that hymn was written. Faith of the free, faith of the powerful. Go forth from this place and change the world, knowing that you are loved and cared for by this community. Amen. Please stay for coffee.